there with Darren Wheeldon.
Umpires Shane Harris and James Van Beek in charge of the game at Princes Park. And we get underway. Irving to face Rendell. Rendell wins it and keeps following up. Jakovic for the Eagles. Taps backwards to Wilson. Whistle's gone. Free kick to the Eagles. It'll come to Peter Wilson. No. Coming to Jakovic. Nobody standing the mark. So he has a running kick at this one. The umpire's going to make him come back and do it all again. Glenn Jakovic. Interesting to see how Peter Sumich goes today in sort of windy conditions, but he might get a bit of protection from the Robert Heatley stand, so the passes are delivered pretty well. No reason why the full forward shouldn't have a big day. Jakovic goes with the hand pass out wide. Indirect football. And there's been a whistle by the other umpire off the play, right in front. A free kick to the Eagles to Sumich. Right in front, 30 metres out.
Yes, well, Sumich was being shepherded off the ball there. He wasn't being allowed to make his lead and has paid the penalty. Alistair Lynch was the person infringing.
Didn't like the decision much either.
Fitzroy fans, not too many of them here, but they didn't like that one. And Peter Sumich, for the first goal of the game, his left footer is good. Eagles 1 goal, Fitzroy yet to score.
Well, that's something that has come in vogue a little bit in the last couple of weeks. The umpires are now paying far more attention to what's happening behind the play. Particularly highlighted a couple of weeks ago when Greg Williams was well and truly tagged completely out of the game by Shane Hurd.
And still Lynch and Sumich having a few words to say to each other and a bit of pushing and shoving going on. Back in the centre, the bounce is going to favour Fitzroy, comes to ground. Out wide, opportunity for them into attack from the boot of Kapler up to half forward, but coming back and taking the mark, Andrew Lockyer. Lockyer back after suspension up towards half forward. McIntosh the target, can't mark. 27 was Jackson. Lamb towards the boundary line. It's just outside 50 metres at the moment, and Wilson takes it out with him. So it'll be thrown in for the Eagles, who have got the first score of the game just outside their 50-metre line, right half forward flank. They're kicking into the breeze. Breeze blowing from left to right across the screen. Jackson in front, out towards Hart. He's content to see it go over the line. Jimmy Wine right with him. This is the attacking side of the ground where the Eagles would want to come from. Jackson in front, got the knockdown. Opportunity there for Brett Stevens. Can't do anything with it. It'll be thrown in again.
Brett Stevens, not a great year to be captain of a league side for the first time. Been a tough year for the Lions. Here's Waters. Ducks the tackle. Ooh. Ducks another one. Will take a free kick. Scott Waters from 60 metres out. Sumich on the lead. Marks low down.
Well, this is his favourite side, Drew. He likes to bend the ball from left to right prodigiously.
Well, I saw him get his personal best the night against Fitzroy over at the Wacker when he kicked 7 1/4. Now, he got 13 that night. He could have a huge day here today. From about 40 metres. Sumich for his second. Just away to the right. 1 goal, 1.
Alistair Lynch to bring the ball back into play. Had a great game last week against the Sydney Swans. Already Sumich in the opening couple of minutes has got 1-1. Lynch going out onto the right half-back flank. On the far side of the ground. Good mark taken by the speech to Darren Kapler. He could have an influence on this game. Swings the ball into the centre. Straight into the waiting arms of Matthew Rendell. So Rendell backward of centre. Towards left half forward. This is promising. From behind, punched away from Lyon. Pearce went in, caught. Hand pass out to Dundas. Dundas up towards full forward. Here's a chance for them now. Out comes the hand pass to Caven. Caven's kick. The mark was fumbled, I think, by Hart, but he's forced it through for 1 behind. So the opening score on the board to Fitzroy. They're a point trailing the Eagles, who are 1-1.
Yes, well, Brennan has in fact picked up Wheeldon, who we saw handball that ball off then. And Lockyer has gone out to centre half forward, picking up Caven.
Turley in front, takes a good mark and a clip round the ear. Craig Turley plays on. The handball drops short of Waters. Trouble for him. He rips out a beauty to Lamb. Lamb steers it up to full forward. And chiming across, taking the good mark in defence, was Paxman. Fitzroy out of defence. Blakey. His pass missed Baldwin. Taken by Kemp. Centering kick. Sumich outnumbered 2-1. Lost sight of it, Peter Sumich. Lynch soccers away from goal. Broderick gets the hand pass back to Baldwin. Under pressure, the Lions already. And Baldwin happy to see the ball go out.
Yes, well, he just fumbled a little bit there. He's in one of the heavier going patches of the ground, but didn't bend at the knees. He tried to bend at the hips and fumbled the ball over the boundary.
7 plays 1, throwing inside the Eagles' 50-metre line, left half forward flank. Rendell got the tap down. Eagles try to come through. Soccer off the ground by Scotty Waters. Jackson a chance. Here's McKenna a long way up from defence. That's the way they play these days. And holding the ball against Paxman. No, it's not. Free kick to Paxman. Gives it off quickly to Kapler. Kapler out towards right centre wing. Jackson comes across. Can't pick it up. Falls now. Manages to get it out to Hart, who soccers it across the line, where it will be thrown in once more.
Eagles 1-1, Fitzroy 1 behind. Been playing about 5 minutes in the first quarter at Princes Park. Rendell, the veteran, up against Jackson. Baldwin went through without it. That'll be a ball up. Bit of a sandpit over there. Princes Park's had a lot of traffic over the last few seasons, and it hasn't stood up to Melbourne's winters too well, but at least in 1991's a bit better than it was 2 years ago when it was like a desert. A lot of players around this ball up. Rendell with the height. Pushing the back. No, nothing doing for Waterman there. Waters gets the hand pass out to Hart. Hart down the outer boundary line to half forward. McIntosh almost. And another ball up.
Scotty Waters burrowing in there to try and pick up the ball, getting up also.
Yes, he's playing in the centre at the
Jamie
time.
Elliott, yeah. Robbie West out there for the Eagles. On the 50-metre line, holding the man decision going against the Eagles. It'll be Matt Rendell to take it. Off the defensive 50-metre line. Out wide has Roos on the right centre wing. Paul Roos with the ball now. Plenty of time to run. Kemp closes. Roos kicks in towards half forward. Out comes Big Dean Irving. Clever. Could come undone though as Joe Cormack has the ball. It's taken from him. Opportunity for Fitzroy now. Kick is smothered by McKenna. Ball up towards half forward. Not quite the mark. 2 Eagles defenders closing. Craig Turley races. Misses the bump or eludes the bump. Turley gets the hand pass off to Dean Irving. Back to Turley. Now to Waters. Eagles fiddling around with the ball a little bit, but this is better as Wilson takes it just forward of right centre wing.
And on his own is Jackson, 55 metres from goal. Sumich led, but a bit too early for Stephen Jackson. Goes for the short pass, and that wasn't on. And the mark taken in defence by Elliott. Up towards the centre of the ground. Lyon marks just behind the centre circle. Gets a good run from Paxman. Through the middle, Fitzroy. Wheeldon can't mark. Goes to ground. Fitzroy fans want a free. Worsfold the hand pass out. Wheeldon after it again. Whistle's gone. Clash between Worsfold and Osborne.
Yeah, well, Richard Osborne came in and took John Worsfold's head off after the play, and he's paying the price. Here we see on the replay. Makes him earn every kick that he's going to get there.
Once again, McIntosh outnumbered 2-1. Can't take the mark. Irving got a solid knock. McIntosh keeps the ball in. Hugging the boundary line, gaining ground. Broderick back there for the Lions. The hand pass into Ross Lyon. A little left-hander away. Donato pops it up in the air. Roos. Back he comes to Wind. Steers the pass well. Stevens drops an easy one. Lockyer.
Lockyer up towards right centre wing. Kicks towards half forward. Jackson comes out on the lead. No one to help him. Going back is Paxman. Paxman should have too much pace, but is content to see it over the line, right half forward flank.
Yes, well, that was a poor attempt at a chest mark from Brett Stevens, and a player of his experience should have done better with his opportunities.
It's still 7 plays, 1 Eagles. Throw in. Jackson from behind uses the body well. It's up towards right full forward pocket. Lynch comes out in front. Sumich tries to pick it up. Hand pass comes out to Jakovic. Jakovic's kick is not good. Opportunity for Fitzroy I should say, to clear, which they do and do well, but only as far as the strong arms of Jackson, who takes the mark. Quickly off to Pios. Pios a long kick in towards full forward. Big pack of players go. Roos clears, and Fitzroy temporarily out of trouble.
Well, Baldwin lost sight of that altogether. He's having one he'd rather forget so far. But he sees Kemp off this time. Jason Baldwin. Kick bumbles along the ground. Kapler, centre wing. Round the boundary line he goes. Cormac, an ex-Eagle, against his old side with McKenna. And the ball out of play. Crowd calls deliberate. It'll be a throw-in.
Yes, well, that was a very ordinary kick from Baldwin. And one of the problems Fitzroy have had all year is their disposal. They can win the ball quite well. In fact, they have more disposals than many of the other sides in the AFL, but getting rid of it and keeping possession is one of their big problems.
Here's David Hart. Shepherding there by McKenna. Kick by Hart to half forward. Punch down from behind. Goes past Lamb. Wind in after it hard. Blakey comes back with the hand pass to Rendell. His kick very wide, indirect. So wide, out of bounds on the full.
And Hart will take it just backward of left centre wing. Ground must be heavy out there because the players finding a little difficulty keeping their feet. Towards half forward, McIntosh goes up. Roos floats in, not paid the mark. West comes out with a hand pass. Jackson knocks it on. Opportunity for Lyon. Can't pick the ball up. Shovel out now towards Jackson. Spins out of trouble. Snapshot at goal is away to the right. 1 point only.
Yes, well, we saw Robbie West getting his hands on the ball for the first time in AFL football and quickly disposed of it with his hands. A little bit nervous maybe, but good to see him touching the ball early.
Kick into play is over Jim Wine's head. Opportunity now for Jakovic, but the kick is not good. This now is Alistair Lynch to clear. Lynch into the centre of the ground. McKenna, met heavily. That's going to hurt. As the Eagles through Waterman try to clear, they can't. Holding the man is the decision. It'll be an Eagles free kick. And it'll go the way of Chris Waterman, a Fitzroy player in that clash.
Yes, it's Ross Lyon.
Ross Lyon in the clash with Guy McKenna isn't looking too well at the moment. Waterman, a high kick to half forward. Putting it up high for McIntosh. He's in front, but it's been punched away well by Caven, who's playing him closely. Fitzroy clear up to the wing. Opportunity over the top. Strong mark taken once again by Chris Waterman.
That was a beauty. Low scoring so far. The Eagles have the only goal on the board. And we're midway through the first quarter. Kemp marks. 2 kicks to goal from there. Dean Kemp. Knocked away by the Fitzroy defence. Wind off the ground. Good gather by Elliott. Comes back to it, Jamie Elliott. Off to Roos. Paul Roos into Rendell. He delayed it a bit. Hand passed out in front of himself. He's got another chance now. Whistle's gone. Fitzroy's free kick. Wind with the courage to go in. Took the hard knock. Won the free. Jimmy Wind up over centre wing. Not a great kick that. Harding. Ball out of play.
So it's still 1-2, 8 Eagles. Fitzroy 1 behind. We're now 15 minutes into the first quarter. It's just forward of the Fitzroy's right centre wing. Irving versus Stevens. Chance for McKenna as he goes back. Gets the hand pass off to Lamb. Lamb by hand to Kemp. To Irving. To Lamb. This is good football from the Eagles. Lamb's kick was smothered. Good defensive play by Fitzroy then.
That's Jimmy Wind again. Hasn't he thrown himself in front of a moving
The opportunity was there for the Eagles to go into attack.
Yes, it should be a good battle. David Hart and Jimmy Wind are playing very close, tagging each other, I'd guess, because they play the same role each week for their sides.
Here's Lyon, who's recovered from that clash with McKenna. Kemp takes it for the Eagles. His left footer up towards half forward flank. Jackson there for the Eagles. Bumped out of it. Umpire will ball this up. No, holding it. Against Fitzroy. Umpire wasn't too sure who he was paying the free to. It's an Eagles free. Peter Wilson to take. Sumich leads to the pocket. On the bounce. Ground is a bit shifting there. Sumich pulled off it by Lynch when he didn't have it. Free kick to Peter Sumich.
Yes, they did that well, Sumich. There was no way he was going to pick the ball up and get away with it, so he played for the free kick, and Lynch came in beautifully as far as Sumich is concerned, and we see here now he's going to line up for a boomerang, or a check side punt, as they say in the Western States.
Kick by... not bad. Gee whiz, I think he's kicked it. Oh. Sumich has both goals for the game. The Eagles are 2-2, leading Fitzroy 1 behind.
Yes, well, Peter Sumich, as we see here on the replay, didn't have the footing there to get that ball. Ground shifting underneath him, played for the free kick and won it well.
Well, that's as fine a goal as you'd see. Sumich deep in that left full forward pocket. Chance of Fitzroy to go ahead now. Lyon, left foot kick up towards full forward. Here comes McKenna. Cool customer guy McKenna. Lays it off nicely to Hart. Hart, a long kick up towards half forward. West in front, thumped away from him. This is Wilson. Not a good hand pass. Wilson again a chance. On the ground now is Matthew Dundas. He gets the hand pass away. This is Broderick. Broderick out wide. Roos trying to set something up for the Roys here. Goes out deep. A great diving attempt by Darren Wielden has been paid. Beauty.
Yes, well, it's good running from Paul Roos. He's creating a few headaches for the Eagles, running off Stephen Jackson, and Jackson's going to have to mind his defensive role. And we see on the replay a sensational positional kick, and Darren Wielden making the best of the opportunities there, and he's lining up for Fitzroy's first goal.
Wind will help him because it's going to blow it in towards the goal. Big kick, looks okay. It misses. Gee, the crowd reaction told us that maybe that was going to be Fitzroy's first goal.
Yes, well, Brett Stevens was clapping the kick, possibly trying to con the umpire.
Captain's role, isn't it? Got to con the umpire.
Andrew Lockyer to bring the ball back into play. Coming out onto the right half back flank. Irving the target, thumped away from him. Everyone was up. Here's the opportunity for Broderick. He loses possession. Out it comes now to Waterman. Waterman to Lamb. Lamb out on the chest. Sumich.
Well, that was just...
good lead, good kick.
Exactly. Superb football. Sumich left Alistair Lynch for dead there. Had no chance whatsoever. And the only way that kick's going to be cut off, as we see on the replay, is if one of the half-back flanks cuts across the league. Blakey there was watching the ball in flight instead of running across to block Sumich's lead.
Sumich has got two. He'll kick from about 35 metres out on his favoured side. Well, that's going to have to bend a lot. It doesn't bend enough. 1 point only.
Well, Peter Sumich, 2 goals, 2. He could nearly have been anything. And the Eagles are into the breeze, so wait till they have the win in the second quarter. Roos has had to play a variety of roles for the Lions over the years. Long kicking. Donato number 15 up. Waters at the back. Kick by Waters for Jackson. Roos comes to spoil. There's West. The long hair looking a bit like Waters. Kemp inside the 50 and on the chest of McKenna.
Ran into an open goal last week and missed, Drew, so it'll be interesting to see what Guy McKenna can do with this.
Possibly one of the few mistakes he's made for the year, John.
He was about 15 metres out and thought, my God, what am I doing here?
McKenna for goal. Oh, it's pretty close. And he's kicked the goal. His second for the season. Three to 2 behinds.
Yes, well, Guy McKenna running back to his normal position in the back line. Doesn't get too many chances to have a shot at goal. In fact, he's now playing on the ball. He's changed. We see him in the centre of the ground.
Randell on the ball. Posed by Irving. Good bounce. Slightly favours Irving. Randell over the top. Lockyer goes back. Stevens is with him. Jimmy Wine tries to go off the floor but can't. Now the hand pass comes out to him. Kicks in towards full forward. Wielden nearly. A chance here for them still. Stevens way too slow and forced across the line for a throw-in. I think they need to get just a little bit more bite in that forward line, Fitzroy.
Yes, well, he's an exciting player, Darren Wielden, as we see on screen, nicknamed the Doc. And he almost pulled down a special mark there, but couldn't quite hold it. But if Fitzroy are going to get into this game, he's going to have to produce a bagful.
Right full forward pocket. Hart tries to go off the ground. So does Kemp. It didn't work. It's out of bounds about 10 or 15 metres around, and there's a blue further up the ground. Brett Hetty's just come on as an interchange and is right into it. A little bit of ear scruffing going on there. And the man he's having the blue with looks like Peter Craven.
Well, if I was any Eagle player, I wouldn't get within 50 metres of any of this week before the finals.
I agree with you. As Kapler tries to force a passage through, out comes the hand pass finally. That looked like Dundas, a high kick. It's going to be all Eagles. This is Lockyer. Lockyer to clear out towards right centre wing.
Richard Osborne after this with Pios. Osborne gives the hand pass straight away to Hetty, who gets bowled over by Caven. They might be at it again. Caven wins that battle, steers it to Wheeldon, and Wheeldon marks. Well, how about that?
Yes, well, Peter Caven's just coming off the ground, and he's going to be replaced by Jason Baldwin. We see there on replay that was a sensational mark because he had the pressure of two Eagles players, one cutting across his line of vision. You see him lining up for the goal.
Looking for Fitzroy's first goal. Hooked it and the breeze didn't help. Out of bounds on the full. Well, he's a controversial character, Darren Wheeldon. He was suspended at one stage mid-season by the club and sent packing to the country to cool his heels for about a month and came back.
Well, he's come back with a vengeance. Very talented footballer. And he wouldn't have liked the fact that he's hooked that out of bounds on the full. It'll be Andrew Lockyer to bring it in from the right full back pocket for the Eagles. Coming out towards the flank. Irving the target. Rendell with him. It's on the ground. Wheeldon, the man we were talking about, scooped that out. Here comes Osborne off the ground. An opportunity for Wynn. Wind hooks the ball back. It's into the square. Turley gets back and just gets hand to it and forces it through. Jimmy Wind, a big opportunity then. Put it up into the breeze and let the breeze do the work. But fortunately, Turley was there.
Yes, they do have trouble finishing. Lack a little bit of polish, Fitzroy, and they're going to struggle today, obviously.
100-game man puts one down, Michael Brennan. And Fitzroy through Joe Cormack did well to tie it up on their 50-metre line left half forward flank.
Well, there's one thing, the Eagles wouldn't want to take it easily. They're certainly going to be minor premiers, but there's such hot competition for places in the side, no individual will take it easily.
Dead right. As now the hand pass comes out to Broderick, slips a couple of tackles, gets it out to Stevens. Will this be Fitzroy's first? I think it will. Or was it touched right on the line? Wow, that was close. Michael Brennan just got finger to that and yet again denied Fitzroy the goal that they wanted.
Well, that was great defensive work by Brennan there. The umpire in the perfect position to see and certainly saved a goal for the Fitzroy side.
Jakovic hooks it to the back, finds Lamb. Watters back to Lamb. The hand pass to Irving, the big man on the run. Pios took it away to Kemp. A lead by Sumich. Wilson goes wide and Wilson's got it about 40 metres out, just about right in front. Sumich offering him something again in short.
Yes, but offering too early there, Drew. Wilson hadn't even gone back ready to take his kick and Sumich had already committed himself to the lead.
3-3 to 4 behinds. The Eagles lead. Into the breeze in this first quarter. Peter Wilson away to the right. 3 straight goals, the lead for the Eagles. A few Eagles fans here and dressing up in the Eagles colours at Princes Park. Oh, it's certainly a day when you can do it. There's not too much opposition from the Fitzroy fans today. Jakovic, well played by Glenn Jakovic. Ball spills to Watters. The hand pass over the top looking for Jackson. Roos gets in the way. In goes Hetty. Bowled over by Lynch. Lynch clears the area, but not quite. McKenna again. Hooks back towards goal. Sumich. But it's rushed through by the Fitzroy defence. Alistair Lynch there with a limp. Things not going his way. He's had 2 kicked on him by Sumich. And he doesn't look too well.
3-5 plays 4 points as we're into the time on period. Lynch to go in short, looking for and finding Matthew Dundas. He's on right half back flank. Dundas a long kick up to the wing. The target there was Donato. Brings it to ground. Good shepherding allows Donato in, but he's caught. Was he held too long in the tackle? Jimmy Wind goes off the ground. Joe Cormack is there as well, and it'll be thrown in on Fitzroy's right half forward flank.
Well, McKenna's been moved into the middle of the ground, and he's following Matthew Dundas, consistent with the game plan that Michael Malthouse has implemented all season.
Stevens and Irving to do battle. Irving in front, knocks it towards the Fitzroy goal. Hart and Lyon both content to see it over the line. It's just outside the Roy's 50-metre line. They trail 4 points to 3-5 at the 26-minute mark first quarter. Once again, Irving in front. A little bit of aerial stuff going on at the moment as Worsfold tries to clear. Opportunity there for Broderick. Has it now, it goes in short and easily finds Matt Rendell. Rendell is just midway between right and centre wing and the centre of the ground. Decides to go long. Some spoiling needed here. Lyon got hand to it. Thumped on. Out comes Hart. Hart's kick has been smothered well by Donato. Back goes Hart. Gives it off. Eagles out of trouble as it goes towards a right half-back flank. And Chris Waterman was the player that got them out of strife.
Guy McKenna there, who kicked a goal earlier in the quarter, his 7th in his AFL career. Rendell palms down, taken by Heady. Kick up and down the mine shaft. Knocked forward by Lockyer. Comes to Osborne. Osborne on the turn. One out is Wheeldon. Brennan. Wheeldon a snap from an impossible angle out on the full.
Well, Richard Osborne's been moved up onto the near side wing. He's playing on Paul Pios. And this wing actually hasn't seen much play, and Pios, who's fighting for a position in the side next week, would really be looking forward to the next quarter where he can get out on that attacking wing. Had a great game last week. Boy, positions are tight at the Eagles at the present time.
Kick by Turley, not great. Straight onto the chest of Lyon. He can open up some space here. Wind. With him is Hart. Good mark by Wind. Played well, the little bloke. Having a last hurrah for the season. Mothballs for Fitzroy at the end of this game today.
Yes, on replay we see a driving left foot kick to position. A good strong overhead mark from Jimmy Wind. He's having a rest in the forward pocket.
Will this be the Lions' first goal? Oh, he's hooked that badly. They have kicked 5 behinds.
Yes, well, he kicked that out of the sand and hit it like a duffed sand wedge, actually, but his footing actually gave way as he made strike on the ball.
I know it well.
I heard you hit a few duffed sandwiches during the week too.
I'm an expert on that.
Join the club. Brennan brings the ball into play as Fitzroy trail by 3 goals. Thumped down by Richard Osborne to keep it in attack. And McKenna's content to see it over the line. Worsfold applies a little bit of vigour. And now it's on. Richard Osborne didn't like that. Pios is in there. So too is Stevens. And we'll wait and see the outcome of all this.
Well, that was a bit of unnecessary bravado, I thought, from Richard Osborne there. That was a fair bump. There was nothing, no malice involved in that bump. And the umpire has seen it the same way, and he's given the free kick to the Eagles.
So it'll be the Eagles captain, John Worsfold, on the defensive 50-metre line. Up to the wing. Rendell in front, knocked away. Chance for Fitzroy. Socket off the ground by Richard Osborne. There's the siren to end the first quarter, with the West Coast Eagles fairly well in control.
Eagles leading 3-5-23 to Fitzroy, 5 behinds. With the breeze at the Eagles' tails. They kicked 3 goals to nothing into it in the first quarter. It's not a gale or anything like